My name is Mitchell Monterroso, and we live in a trailer because of the pandemic. That's an unfortunate truth, but that's reality for us. We have to go all the way out there, and this is bananas sometimes, and it kills me, man. It really does kill me. You know, it's not easy, but I mean, my kids need hot water, and they need propane. You know, I mean, these are things that we take for granted, like, you know, the gas, electricity. We don't think about these things, you know, when we're living in a normal house. You just pay the utilities and that's it. You know, when you're living like this, you gotta figure it out, man. You gotta really figure it out. You know, you gotta figure out how to get your heat, your light, you know, gas for the stove, and that's not easy.
This side is the street. Half of the street goes here.
I think it's just been hard because I got to have my first one grow up in an actual house, and he got to like experience the rooms, the living rooms, running around doing as he pleases, compared to this one when he turned one. Everything hit, like, when he was born, everything really hit, and things just fell downhill. And being here, I feel bad. Like, I don't get to give him that experience, you know? It sucks. Hope for the better, I guess, but it does hurt because he'll bring up sometimes that he wants his room back, and I'm like, oh, that's your room, like, have fun, you know? Try to make light of the situation.
Wait, cow, I don't know how to do. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11! It's 11. That number is 11. It's 11 train.
Let me put him in the cage. I was a handyman, and before COVID, I guess, and now I'm literally unemployed and basically homeless. I was doing okay. We were doing pretty well. I mean, it was enough to pay for a couple cars and my own house, and for my wife to almost basically stay home as she had my son, you know. Roughly around December, November, you know, not a lot of people want to pick up projects in their own homes. And so it was expected to slow down right around that time, but I didn't expect what was going to happen. And it got to the point where we couldn't sustain ourselves. I couldn't sustain my family, and I had no means in how to pay for my own home, nor the cars I had. They got repossessed. We got to a point where I had to tell my son that we were gonna go camping. And in reality, it was just we had nowhere to go. I didn't have a house. We didn't have the RV. We didn't have anything. We went to a campground and stayed in our car. I ended up finding a person that needed a maintenance man for a hotel, and he picked us up, and he was willing to take us in, you know, as a full-time maintenance, and even provide housing as I was working. His business depends on the racetrack out in Willow Springs. Because of COVID, Willow Springs shut down because it's not an essential business. So, and motels, unfortunately, they're not essential either. I mean, they basically, traveling was no go for a lot of people. So the guy couldn't afford me, and he said, hey, you know, you guys, unfortunately, you guys got to go. So it got to a point where I had just enough money to save for our little RV. And here we are today. I mean, it was originally supposed to be just temporary until we got back on our feet. And that didn't happen, you know, and now it's been a year later and we're still here struggling, you know, just trying to survive. So this is my septic tank. We got gray water and black water. And I run the line as long as I can just to break down a lot of the waste. I built it really just to, you know, so we can live here, you know.
If you didn't have this,
Then we wouldn't be able to be here. That's the truth. You know, I mean, you'll be surprised, you know, what you can build, you know, when in an act of desperation. I had my toolbox in my garage and a washer and dryer inside our house. And unfortunately, because we went homeless, you know, now they're sitting outside and they're only a couple years old. They're brand new Samsons and they've been rained on. You know, who knows how many rodents have been in there. And my wife still uses it. I can't use the dryer because I got some type of plug. There's something wrong with it and I haven't had the chance to really look at it. Really, honestly, I don't have the money to buy the parts. That's the truth. And it's unfortunate that they're going bad, but that's reality. I mean, I had this in our house, in our townhouse, you know. This one was supposed to fold closed somehow. There was like a plate somehow. There's blue lighting in it. And it's just, you know, it reminded me when we had 2 cars. You know, it reminded me when my son had his own room.
I need Wi-Fi, Mom. Like, I need to go to school, or he wants to watch shows or something, and there's no Wi-Fi. And in order for school now, you need internet. I'm concerned just because I feel that being at 2nd grade, he's not at the level that he should be. He still has problems, or he still has difficulty with the alphabets, like the sounding of an alphabet, and that's usually down to a 1st grade where you already know that. But unfortunately, because of the COVID that hit, his 1st grade got cut off, you know, and it set him back literally like a grade level when he should be higher.
By the time he gets back to school, he was supposed to be maybe in 3rd grade or 4th or whatever, without literally not knowing a thing. You know, I mean, he can barely spell his own name. And we have tried, and we're not teachers. We don't know how these things work. It hasn't been easy, you know, emotionally, physically, you know, mentally especially. It's been hard. I mean, it could have gone either way. I'm pretty sure she would have left me, you know, if it wasn't, you know, I mean, it was an act of desperation and I wasn't sure what direction we were gonna head. So I wanted something, I was thinking ahead and I wanted something a little bit permanent, you know, so in case it gets worse, we can just up and go.
Growing together, fights, lots and lots of fights, learning that you actually do love the person.
Yeah, we put up with each other and, you know, I'll do anything for you, and, you know, I hope you do anything for me too. I'm scared, honestly. I'm terrified, honestly, because people are just gonna get tired. They're just gonna get fed up, and it's not gonna matter whether you're a liberal, a Republican, a Democrat. It's not gonna matter anymore. They're done with the government, because the truth is, the government doesn't care if we're starving or not. They're like, okay, well, we're just gonna give them just this amount of money so they can shut up and move on.
I know there'll be a brighter, and that you always hit the lowest and you can't go past it. There's only up.
I try my best, you know, I do what I can. I mean, all I have is this Monica and my kids, you know, I got nobody else. There's no one else, you know, out there to help us out. And, I mean, this is us. This is all we got, you know. We don't see anybody. We don't really go out. Even if we wanted to, you know, we can't. You know, and I've tried to find work several times, but you know, it is what it is, you know. So I take it a day at a time, and hopefully I find something, and you know, and be able to get through, you know, back on my feet, you know, and hopefully we could do better. But for now, I just take it a day at a time, and every day is a new challenge. That's just reality for us right now. But you know, hopefully things get better, you know. Hopefully one day I can look back and say, damn, I did that.